Once again, I'd like to thank all our delegates for being such a fantastic part of LinkedIn Learning Presents the Economic Times Learning and Development Summit 2021 with our all-new theme, Restructuring Learning Stratagems for the New Normal. And joining us to tell us more about future of work and intelligent ways of building the right skills at scale is an absolutely fantastic leader herself who specializes in building high-performance sales team, talent acquisition, team building, key account management, and retention. So who better than her to share the secret recipes of success and to win the hearts of your teams and work on their skills? Joining us now is Ms. Ruchi Anand, Senior Director, Talent and Learning Solutions, India at LinkedIn.
The global talent market has never changed this much, this quickly. Companies are starting to rethink culture, expectations, and policies to reflect what looks like a permanent shift to a hybrid work model. And at the same time, employees are rethinking the work they do and are looking for work that aligns with their values and needs. At LinkedIn, we are calling this moment of change the Great Reshuffle. And in the midst of this change, we all have an opportunity to rewrite our playbooks when it comes to hiring, retaining, and engaging our talent, to focus on what our employees want, which is flexibility, compassion, and trust. Hi, I'm Ruchi Anand, and I lead the Talent and Learning Solutions for LinkedIn in India. And I look forward to spending the next 10-15 minutes with you to talk through the future of work as well as intelligent ways of building right skills at scale. In fact, when we look at this great reshuffle, as we talk about this great reshuffle, we are seeing that learning critical skills quickly is such an imperative, because even the World Economic Forum predicts that 85 million jobs will go, but at the same time, 97 million new ones will be created in just the next 4 years. We will see a surge of demand for workers who can fill green economy jobs. We'll see roles at the forefront of data and artificial intelligence, as well as new roles in engineering, cloud computing, and product development. And for those workers who are set to remain in their roles in the next 5 years, nearly 50% will need reskilling for their core skills. And the need for this skill building is further accelerated due to this double disruption of the pandemic as well as digital transformation. And it's no surprise that according to findings of LinkedIn's 2021 Workplace Learning Report, upskilling and reskilling is the top priority for L&D professionals globally. And all this reskilling needs to be done at scale, more digitally now than ever. Therefore, again, findings from our survey tell us that L&D budgets are being spent very differently than they were in the past, because L&D professionals are looking at making learning more scalable, cost-effective, and completely virtual. At the same time, there is a need to figure the best ways to optimize budgets to provide personalized skill development at scale. In fact, even of the people that we will be hiring today, as per Gartner, only 16% have the skills required to do the jobs of tomorrow. So naturally, reskilling existing employees and evolving internal jobs is front and center. So through LinkedIn data, we are seeing a sizable rise in internal mobility, where L&D is playing a critical role in building these efforts. In fact, as per our Workplace Learning Report, more than half of L&D professionals globally have reported that internal mobility is even more a priority now since the pandemic struck. And the business case for internal mobility is very strong and clear, because employees who grow with internal mobility tend to stay 2 times longer and are much more engaged. So this certainly is a win-win for you, for your learners, and for your organization. And it's no surprise that with all of this happening in the world of talent management, the role of the L&D professional has evolved dramatically. and learning has cemented its strategic position at the table. L&D leaders now are being asked to not only identify and solve for skill gaps of today, but they're also trying to play a highly strategic forward-thinking role so that they can identify skill needs of the future. And I can share this firsthand where I've been able to witness this, within our own organization, when I've seen my L&D leader, how her role has evolved in 2 years, from being largely responsible for quarterly rollout of training programs centered around in-person events, ILTs, and online learning, driving a lot of rigor around online learning earlier, to now it has completely moved to rethinking and executing a well thought through strategy of how do we enable, for example, our DE&I programs for all people managers globally, curating different learning paths customized for each level, each segment, sharing quarterly skill insights with leaders so that they can further identify and focus and partner with talent acquisition on internal talent pipeline that's being built. And with the evolution, we are also seeing tools evolve. While training management systems in the 90s were primarily used to track in-person trainings, they didn't manage online learning as much, but it was more of tracking how much in-person trainings are happening. With the surge of web-based courseware in the 2000s, we saw the popularity of LMSs, which emerged to help companies create these virtual universities and to store and administer e-learning. However, these LMSs were mainly meant to be more focused on admin-centric, so that companies could look at tracking as well as compliance, but they were never meant to be more employee-centric. And as the content grew and the demand for learners to be able to discover the right pathways grew, LXPs emerged in 2010s, and they were born specially to help learners be able to discover the right learning content. And today, as we consume our entertainment content through a Fire Stick, like a Netflix or an Amazon, LXPs are evolving from merely content aggregation portals to intelligent recommendation engines. And when you think about it, there's such a vast amount of learning content for your employees to consume. So between first party content, which is what your organization develops, and your own custom content, to the third party content that you purchase, as well as free content that's available on the internet, LXPs are evolving to index this vast world of learning content and surface a much more personalized learning experience. In fact, not just that, think about the biggest challenge that we are facing in the midst of the reshuffle today: increasing attrition rates, which are mainly caused due to a lack of career path visualization for a lot of aspiring employees. Imagine if your LXP, like the LinkedIn Learning Hub, can begin offering personalized career development opportunities and help employees accelerate their careers. Now, this in turn can help your organization even retain talent. So when we think about the way these tools have evolved, we also need to think about your learning program requires a skills-based approach. And the right skill building solution should be able to help you to identify the right skills that your company and learners need, promote the right learning content based on these skills needs, and inspire employees to own their skill development. And when I talk about inspiring employees to own their skill development, we need to see how can we make our employees, turn our employees into active skill builders. There are three key components in this: personalized learning, enabling employees learning, giving employees the time and recognition so that they can invest in themselves, and enabling community-based learning. So let's just quickly dive into these three aspects. When we talk about personalized learning, we are referring to content and experiences tailored to specific learners' needs, their learning style, their career goals, and interests. While there are varying levels of personalized content, the most effective personalization meets each learner where they are and helps them to get get them where they want to be. In fact, we've seen that the desire for personalized learning is building steam. 78% of learners express their need for course recommendations to be based on career goals and skill gaps as per our reports. And in fact, we have been seeing roles and responsibilities changing right before our eyes. So when we talk about these two aspects that you see here, it is important for us to make sure that we align learning to our employees' career paths. In fact, I'd like to also just share an example of, when we talk about personalization to boost learning paths. Within LinkedIn, we had, last year, we had all our execs curate learning paths for people to understand what kind of internal mobility paths can be created. So our global head of technology and engineering recommended paths around AI and machine learning for non-engineers and non-tech employees, as a result of which we saw a lot of engagement and adoption of new skills. And as we talk about giving employees time and recognition, learning so that they can learn, I wanted to actually share an example of how leadership and management can set the precedent. I'll share an example by talking about how we did this within LinkedIn. We celebrated in last October, we did our very first career month. Next slide, please. So how LinkedIn created a career month in October. What we did was we were able to engage employees worldwide and give them an opportunity to focus on their career development. This is a great example of how you can give your employees time as well as recognition. So what we did, it involved a LinkedIn learning path where over 30 LinkedIn leaders across the globe shared their career advice. We ran over 20 workshops and expert speaker series tailored for individual contributors as well as managers. And we put additional focus on internal roles, and we try to spotlight success stories of internal mobility. Of course, all employees received a new career action plan, and we had a lot of prizes and were able to celebrate participating employees. So this is a great example of how leadership can involve. And lastly, I'd like to talk about community-based learning. I'm sure you'll all agree that community-based learning or social learning has never been more important now than ever, because the pandemic has left many employees feeling less connected. So community-based learning connects learners to colleagues, peers, and experts to drive high engagement and inspire skill building. And we can see this by, once again, I'd like to highlight the importance of how do we do this? The importance of managers. Managers play a very key role as community learning champions. It is critical to build managers' capacity as learning advocates and champions for your own learning culture. We found that 91% of employees say that it's important for their manager to encourage learning and experimentation. Then use technology to foster more interaction while learning. In fact, when people would like to share ideas and ask questions, use tools like Microsoft Teams, Zoom breakout meetings, or live Q&As. And when we see that learners are able to share with one another with these social features, learners are able to watch 30 times more hours of learning content. And then weave opportunities to make this as a part of their day job. So for example, make it contextual. It should be a part of your continuous learning culture. So for example, if a sales rep in the team has a big meeting with the CEO next week, he or she can do a short course on selling to execs or how best to communicate with the CEO. So these are examples of how we can look at creating active skill builders. And as a parting thought, I'd like to say that as leaders, we must acknowledge that how a people-centric strategy is essential in creating more meaningful employee experience that encourages each individual to bring their best self to work. And today, in addition to the three things I started with, which is what employees want, which is flexibility, compassion, and trust, care matters more than ever. And by listening and responding to our employees, organizations can see a 2.5x higher profit, 3x lower attrition, and 3x lower burnout. So thank you so much. And I hope to connect with you in the LinkedIn Learning booth.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Ruchi Anand, for really taking us through what the need of the hour is. You know, you very rightly mentioned that it's time for skill building, which is accelerating, upskilling and reskilling, and more so digitally now. Thank you for bringing to us how it's time that we take our learning tools to the new level, how they've evolved, and really taking us through those pointers of how organizations today really need to make learning as a part of their culture, spend time on their employees. You know, you mentioned how care is vital and employees really do value that. So the right sort of leadership is what is needed. And I think no one could have put it better than you did. So once again, I thank you for joining us and for taking us through. All those of our delegates who would like to connect with her or the team at LinkedIn, feel free to do so at our partner booths. We have a lot of networking happening right here. And it's going to be a pleasure to see all of you use this platform to be very, very interactive, because that is what we are really here for, learning from the experiences of our experts and so much more. In just a bit, we'll be bringing to you a very special panel discussion. Yes, our inaugural panel will be on upskilling and reskilling, need of the hour, something that we've been talking about since morning. And we're going to continue that with our power-packed panelists. So do stay tuned. In just a bit, we'll be introducing them.
Being a learning leader today isn't easy because building skills can be really hard. That's why we built the LinkedIn Learning Hub to help you future-proof your people and your business. By using AI, the skills of millions of professionals, companies, and jobs posted on LinkedIn become insights. Then it uses those insights to serve content from all your sources, content that matches your employees' roles and aspirations. Through the LinkedIn Learning Hub, your employees can also connect with a community of experts they trust, and the more questions they ask, the better the answers get. Finally, you can use the Learning Hub to understand how your employees are learning, so you can identify the skills they're developing and the ones they'll need for tomorrow. All of this makes the LinkedIn Learning Hub more than just a learning platform. It's a new way to lead.